Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World video, where today we'll be discussing a hidden connection between Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and how a scene from Season 1 of Camp Cretaceous went ahead and answered something that we saw later in Fallen Kingdom. So if you're excited for today's video, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new around here, as this is the best place to be to learn about everything from the Jurassic franchise, including up-to-date news on its future. We've also recently been branching out to cover more dinosaur movies, such as the recently announced The 65 movie, where we did a full trailer breakdown covering it only a couple days ago. Now, currently I am away on a short-term holiday in South Wales, just before Christmas, so I do apologise about the lack of uploads and why this video's visuals on screen may not make entire sense to what I am discussing. I don't actually have access to my full setup at the moment, so unfortunately I am rather limited in my resources. Nonetheless, you're more here for the information I provide you with the audio instead of the visuals. I'll be sure to try my best, however, but enough with the explanations and the excuses. Here's how the Camp Cretaceous Season 1 scene answered one of Fallen Kingdom's biggest questions. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom released in 2018, and it was also set in the year of 2018 within the Jurassic universe. And whilst it may not be everyone's cup of tea, it was a pretty solid movie. Jurassic World Dominion followed this trend and had almost no plot holes or unanswered questions whatsoever by the end of the movie. Fallen Kingdom, however, had many more than Dominion, but the majority of the questions were either answered in Dominion or they came later on in the movie when we were finding out about the characters. But whilst the humans were still on Isla Nublar, there were next to no unanswered questions regarding the events that happened on that island. Except one. This one question kept popping up during its original release back in 2018, and that question was, where on earth did that Carnotaurus come from? Similar to the Sinoceratops, we didn't hear or see any information regarding it during the events of Jurassic World. Well, both of these species were actually answered in Camp Cretaceous Season 1, which takes place during the exact same time as Jurassic World in late 2015. We find out that the Sinoceratops was simply just there all along, chilling with the other herbivores. And unfortunately, we just didn't really get to see it in the movie. But we also find out that the Carnotaurus specifically wasn't given a public showing due to its aggressive nature. We find this out by Kenji via Camp Cretaceous Season 1. Again, we see how aggressive that this dinosaur is via Camp Cretaceous, as well as Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. So that answers that. But how on earth did the Carnotaurus escape in the first place? Well, now it's time to discuss the Camp Cretaceous side of things. During Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Hidden Adventure, which currently has a non-canonical status, so bear that in mind, but within this interactive episode, we learned that the enclosures of Jurassic World are very, very durable and are able to withstand the toughest of dinosaurs so that they don't get destroyed. Now, a lot of the dinosaurs actually had implants within them that would shock them if they moved further away from their enclosure, allowing for essentially invisible barriers and fences. We also learn this via the Jurassic World movie when we see the Pachycephalosauruses have shorted out their implants since they tend to headbutt quite a lot. But we know that they won't take that risk for carnivores. In Camp Cretaceous, we also get a look at the enclosure for the Carnotaurus and how it looks from the inside. This was after Kenji mentioned that they were locked away from the public for being too aggressive.
We're headed to where they quarantine the dinos that are too aggro. The last one I saw here was some kind of Carna something.
Hold up, Carnotaurus?
So, given all of these factors, how on earth did we see a Carnotaurus break out in Fallen Kingdom? Well, sure. I guess you could say that the lava or possibly the debris from the volcano may have broken the fence off camera, which then would allow for the Carnotauruses to escape, but that also means that for 2.5 years, the Carnotauruses must have been able to survive on their own in the enclosure, not being fed somehow. I guess they could have resorted to cannibalism. However, I doubt that many of them were bred. I don't suspect that more than 4 Carnotauruses were bred at one given moment. But this means that they might have escaped whilst no one was on the island, correct? Well, that's partially true. As we see in Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 1, we are aware that at the end of an episode within Season 1, we see the Indominus Rex come face to face with Toro the Carnotaurus, where the Indominus Rex then goes ahead and breaks the enclosure and lets Toro out. Now, again, you must be thinking how that's even possible since we learned that the fences are designed to not be broken. Well, taking a look at the fences, they are actually very hard to break out from the inside of the pen, but not durable enough to stop a strong dinosaur from breaking inside to the pen. Exactly like what we saw the Indominus Rex successfully do. Due to the curvature of the fence, it was easy enough for the Indominus to break the fence and allow the Carnotauruses out of their exhibit. Which goes ahead and answers how we saw a Carnotaurus alive and kicking on Isla Nublar during 2018's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, some people may be thinking, oh, but Swerve, they only did that so that we can follow more of Toro's story and learn more about him and leave him to chase the kids. To that, I'd say that I agree, I don't doubt that was the reason, but they also needed a plausible answer to show off their efforts of from what we see in the show and contrast it on over to what we see in the movies. And this was the correct way of going about it. Because there's no way that a minimum of 3 Carnotauruses would have been able to break out of an extremely durable fencing. So showing the Indominus Rex breaking the enclosure of the Carnotauruses makes a lot more sense and answers where and why the Carnotaurus appeared in the middle of Isla Nublar during Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It was able to fend off and attack a Sinoceratops, but we all know how that didn't last too long. And then he tried to pick a fight with Owen Grady, only to be killed by Rexy, the Queen of Isla Nublar, trampling on his throat. So, the Carnotaurus had a very eventful lifestyle on Isla Nublar. It wasn't shown too much to the public due to its overly aggressive nature. Toro, one of the minimum of 3 Carnotauruses bred for Jurassic World, attacked Darius and Kenji, and then later got moved on over to Manticore Island. The Indominus Rex later broke the Carnotaurus' enclosure, allowing them to escape, which meant that they had a reason as to why it showed up in Fallen Kingdom, allowing them to escape, which ultimately meant that they finally had a reason as to why the Carnotaurus showed up randomly in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, as for the 3 Carnos that we definitely know about, their stories are rather different. One of them was killed in Fallen Kingdom by Rexy, one of them was transported to an offshore island in the Pacific Ocean, that being Toro, and the other one was transported to the mainland in 2018, which we know as a nickname called Demon. It's currently unknown as to whether or not that's the same Carnotaurus we see in Malta during Jurassic World Dominion, but if it was, that would be absolutely awesome lore addition to this franchise. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the answer as to why we saw a Carnotaurus appear on Isla Nublar during the evacuation in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This was one of the most asked questions about the movie when it first released, and the answer was right under our noses ever since September 2020, when the first season of Camp Cretaceous released. So technically, we had to wait 2 years to get an official answer. Let me know what you think of this theory down in the comments below. And if you don't agree with it, I'd love to hear another reasoning as to why the Carnotaurus appeared. Again, I am terribly sorry if this video doesn't come across like a normal video of mine when it comes down to the editing. I am far from home right now and currently working with what I have available on my laptop. Don't worry, however, I'll be sure to make up for it in the days leading up to Christmas. But for now, and for this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to press that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. But most importantly, I hope you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.